Alright, so welcome back, and I just got back from the skate park from skating the new TNEC 58s. So if you don't know anything about these skates, then you obviously don't follow aggressive inline that hard out in the industry. Quick rundown. Basically, it's an old Razor's mold. That's the boot. It is a one-piece sole frame attached to the boot. Everything is riveted in, including the cuff bolt. So less fussing around also makes them quite light. Now the skates are from the new Everything company. Duran, who is part owner of Beehive Skate Shop, came out with these skates for the main reason of a beginner, easy to go to skate where you're not fussing around with bits and pieces. Definitely for those beginners, it's a lot to learn about when it comes to skates, all the bits and pieces, and just like what you need to tighten up and what you can change out and blah 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 blah. When this is all built, you don't need to worry about anything, you're good to go. Excellent idea and concept, because it really does make things easier when trying to explain skates to, I guess, new beginners, new skaters that want to get into it. The boot itself is an old Razor's boot that they don't really use anymore. It's an open source, so anyone can use it, kind of like the Razor Cult boot and what Impala have done. Because of how old the boot is, or the mold, it will feel quite familiar with a lot of people, especially if you skated, say, the M12 back in the days or anything like that, or even rollerblade. What are they? Rollerblade chocolates or anything like that, or troopers. Pretty similar mold, but I found the difference with these is they are, like everyone says, slightly wider than the M12s. So with the 6'7" boot, the inner measurement I think is around, what is it, 165 millimeters. So that boot fit me perfectly lengthwise. Width was but as soon as I tightened up those laces, it was too tight. Not only that, I found the height of the toe box was not high enough for me. It felt like an Aeon, if that makes sense. Pretty tight, it was very snug, not what I like personally. So I went with the medium boot, which the internal measurements is pretty much the same internal measurements of the them small. So it's pretty much the same. I generally skate, well, when I did skate thems, I skated the small boot, which seemed to fit me just right. Same here, snug around the arches, but my feet are very flat, and with any of these kind of old molds, I generally can't skate them because of my feet being so deranged. But yeah, this was tolerable. Basically, my feet would be like the Hunchback of Notre Dame of feet. I won't be selling naked feet pictures online anytime soon. They're pretty ugly, man. How do they feel? How do they feel? Man, you chuck these on and they basically, it's like revisiting an old friend. It's quite familiar. Didn't take long to get used to. And like, I was doing most of my tricks that I usually can do. Even landed a new one for me in these. There's still a couple of, if I had another session or two, I'd definitely have them down. But even for the first 2.5 hours, like, I landed a new trick. I was pretty comfortable in these. So can't really complain. They are very light. That is something to get used to. But they slide well. The sole plate is decent. They also have these raised bits here on the sole plate, making it less friction, because there's less surface touching while you're grinding. So they do slide pretty fast. The frame, modeled after their original TNEC frame. So if you skate those, you'll be very familiar with those. Personally, I have skated the original frames before, and I do like them. I'd say they're in my top 3 of frames, just for the wheel bite protection. They feel good, they slide well, pretty good flat frame. And with any flat frame, if you want to skate anti-rocker, you can. It's a bit harder going the other way though. These come in 2 different colors. Wow, still black, but just the little accents here, either a fluoro green or fluoro pink. They also originally come with these wheels. I swapped them out. These are just standard, I don't know. These will roll, but they won't last very long. So swap them out for some 57 92A ground control wheels. They're just some old wheels I had lying around, and I am very fond of 92A wheels. So the sound the skates make, a little bit clacky, but then also at the same time more solid. I think the clackiness is more from the wheels and the bearings, but I mean, like, they skate good, man. They slide well. The flex and the cuff is pretty good. I clicked in that buckle about, what, 9 clicks. It was fine. Skated all good. Just the right amount of flex, I'd say, and support. But then also I do have the Intuition liner with the stiff tongue, which I like, so it gives me a little bit more support in that front and back flex. The grind all good. I'm like, yeah, it really didn't take that much to get used to. Pretty solid. I can see why a lot of people are digging them. If you are a person that doesn't really care about customization too much and changing frames all the time and all that kind of jazz, if you like your Aeons and stuff like that, but like an M12 boot feel, then yeah, give them a whack, man. I reckon you'll be pleasantly surprised. They're one of the cheapest full setups you can get online. Yeah, it's on par with everything else that is kind of entry level. It's just personal preference and whether you can be bothered tightening up all those bolts and screws. If you're not one of those people, then yeah, I think these would be a go. For me personally, if the arch, where the arches are in these boot were slightly wider and slightly flatter, more like a, even more like a 909, like a VM 909, or even a standard Omni, I could see myself skating these very easily, very easily. Like I said, they weren't well, they weren't so uncomfortable that I couldn't skate them. They were tolerable for me. My feet are ugly, like I said. The widest part of my feet are my flat arches, so it makes certain boots hard to skate, but I was able to skate these. If it wasn't for my feet being that way, I could, yeah, like I say, I could easily skate these. I could easily see myself skating these. Anyway, that's me. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Hope you get out and go for a roll, have fun, and stay rad. Cheers.